Hey everybody, it's Michael Dodd from GetYourRockOut, and I'm very honoured to be sat here with Benji Webbe from Skindred. How you doing, mate?
I'm okay, bro. I'm okay. Doing fine.
This is the last night of the UK dates of the tour. How's it been?
Oh, it's been mind-blowing. Anybody who knows Skindred knows we've been going for a long time and playing pubs and clubs up in small clubs up and down the country, and it's just like such a blessing that hard work's paid off, and now we're playing like the 2,000 capacity kind of rooms around the UK, and out of like, I think it's something like 9 dates, we've sold out 7 of them, so it feels really good, man.
What's happening after the show tonight?
Debauchery is normal. That's why I'm suffering now from last night.
Who's been the best crowd on the tour so far, do you think?
The crowds are great every night, but it's what I have. I don't think it's anything to do with the crowds. It's like how much am I enjoying myself? I find playing sometimes when I sing my guts out, whether I got a sore throat or whatever, I still give it all I got. And I've played many big festivals like Download with a sore throat, and just done it. So it's a personal thing. It ain't nothing to do with the crowd. Crowds go crazy when Skindred plays. They really do.
Well, I did want to ask you, my colleague Matt Tustin reviewed your latest album, Kill the Power. He said Ninja was definitely a future live favourite. He reckoned that would be one that get the crowds going crazy. Has that been the case?
Ninja we put out first. I think we just put it as a teaser. Last night we played in London and it just went off. And I introduced the song, and I just say this is a song about 4 brothers and 1 bastard son. And as I say that, the crowd just, it's definitely a live fave.
This is the one that Arthur Brown guested on, wasn't it?
Arthur Brown, we were luckily enough to get Arthur Brown to do it. He just did it. He was so funny. He's just so, it was brilliant. Just did it in 4 takes, and he was brilliant.
Did you get a chance to hang out with him at Hard Rock Hell? I know you guys played separate days.
I would have liked to just go up and say hello to him properly, because when we did it on Skype. He was in a studio in Brighton recording, and we were in Leeds, and we just did it on Skype. But he was such a sweet lad. It was really cool.
A couple of other interesting collaborations on the album. Tell us about working with Russ Ballard.
Well, Russ Ballard, we wrote a bunch of songs, and they were really good. And my manager said, look, no one's born big, and we all can learn things. He said, a friend of mine, Russ Ballard, who wrote, God Gave Rock and Roll to You, Since You've Been Gone by Rainbow, We Win Again by Hot Chocolate, and a shitload of other things that he's done. He'd like to get involved somehow in the record. So I went to his house, me and Dan Pugsley, the bass player. We sat there and we spent like 6 hours working on the stuff. It was shaping really well. And then Russ came up to the studio, and we worked on We Live, Saturday, and More Fire, which were like 3 great songs.
Let's go. So he actually sought out you. He came looking to work with you guys.
Yeah, well, it was like sort of a mutual thing. My manager played him some stuff of ours, and he really loved it. And I've never been one for like I don't worry about like if writing with people and people helping me do stuff, because life's about that, So yeah, he came to the studio. We spent like 3 days in the studio with him working on the songs. And his whole theory was less is more, and just don't give too much information. Let the song be open for interpretation,
And you had Jenna G on the song Open Eyes as well. How did that come about?
Well, the boys wanted like a girl singing on one of the songs. I wrote a great chorus. I thought my chorus was better than Jenna's, but when she came, I was wrong. She just destroyed it, and it was just nice to do something different like that,
Now, I feel this question won't be too generic, being that your CV is really impressive in terms of people that you've collaborated with, the Max Cavaleras and the Rob Trujillos of this world. Who is your dream collaboration? One name in particular that you'd love to work with above all others?
Sounds pretty random. I'd like Skindred to do a song with Flavor Flav. I really would. I think he's got a great voice. The tones of his voice is incredible. And I'd like to work. I'm going to try to get the wheels in motion that he knows who Skindred are by the time we next doing that album, because I'd really like. I know the boys will be like Flavor Flav, rock him, but I feel there's something about him that I love his voice and his tones.
Are you picturing some kind of vocal harmony with him, or you and him back and forth?
You know what? Me and him back and forth. Do what the fuck you want, Flav, and I'll see you afterwards. Kind of thing.
Outstanding. All right, well, I'm going to rehash something here that you talked about with a colleague of mine, Felicity Hall, because it's a great story and it kind of leads into other things I want to ask you about. I understand that you had a wild time shooting the video for Kill the Power in India.
Yeah. Well, basically, we needed a video, but we had to go to India. And one of us had, I thought it would have been a great idea, because we was going to do like the sort of like metal club video, blah, blah, blah. And we just had the idea to, when we go to India, because we was going to India for like 4 days, and we had a show on the 5th day. So I said to my manager, do you know any film crews out there we could do a video? And we shot the video just in the streets, running up and down and being chased by the police because we never had permits and stuff like that. You know, it was quite heavy. I remember the one day we was on top of this high rise, no safety, no nothing. And we started filming, and the guy said, "Come on, Benji, give me some more." And I'm talking like it's like a 600-foot drop right there. I said, "Man, I can't do this." It was one of them videos I will never forget how scary it really was. You know.
Is that the craziest thing that you've had happen while you've been in Skindred, or is it definitely up there?
You have to be there to know that. When you go into them Indian ghettos, you know, I live in a rough neighborhood, but my neighborhood ain't fucking nothing compared to them poor bastards, bro. They got it hard. They got it hard. I'm talking generation to generation as well. No way out. Sad. That was pretty much a deep experience for me.
How did the Indian crowds do with the Newport helicopter? They do it as well as others?
Bro, nobody is better than anybody. When we play, we got this thing, that there's an energy that we bring that a lot of bands don't bring. I'm a very sort of front man who tells people to relax, enjoy yourself. You know, life's too short. Don't worry about being cool and crossing your hands and all that. Just be you, man. And that's something that Skindred always pushes, you know. And no matter where we go, from Japan to Colombia to Spain, you know, they give it, and the crowds are pretty similar.
Alright, well, as I mentioned, this is the last of the UK dates. You've already been confirmed for download in the summer. What's next for you guys after these dates? You mentioned Europe.
Yeah, we're going to Australia. We got 2 days off after Europe. We go to Europe for 19 days. I go home, wash my clothes, get on a plane to Australia. We're going to Australia. I'm really looking forward to that. After Australia, we come back and I'm playing a show in my hometown. I'm telling you, if you're listening to this, and you know, on the Saturday the 8th of March, we're doing a big show in Newport. I think there's Feed the Rhino, The Blackout, Hacktivists, some other bands, and Skindred, of course. And it's like, you know, we're taking the helicopter home, bro. It's gonna be one of them shows, you know.
Now that you bring it up, I was wondering what your thoughts are on Hacktivists. They're a bit like you in the mixing of genres and things like that.
I've never heard Hacktivists, bro. Never. I'm not that kind of guy. My band members listen to a lot of different music. I do enjoy music, but I just don't think modern music is as truthful as it used to be. You know, I think with the rise of the downloading thing, and you know, it's just so easy. I remember waiting for like 6 weeks for one album and not even knowing what the album would sound like, but just was told they were good. It's a shame, but you know, my music collection is, you know, I love Slipknot. They're one of my favorite metal bands. I think they're doing stuff that I love. Corey Taylor's one of my favorite vocalists. You know, I love Korn. Well, I love old Korn stuff, you know, not some of the new stuff. You know, I guess I'm just one of them new metal kids, you know.
Alright, well, we'll wrap this up then. Do you have a message for all of our readers at GetYourRockOut?
Yeah, I do. I'm just going to say this, that, you know, musicians, with the downloading thing, musicians are really working hard, and they're not making the money that they used to be. There's no rock stars, and like there's no like real like money in the game. So you're downloading your music, you're downloading these songs, you're singing these songs on a Saturday night. You haven't paid for them. The only thing I would say to every person on the planet is, when you see one of them bands that you stole the music from illegally, please just go to the show, buy your ticket as early as possible, go to the show and buy some merchandise, because that's what's going to keep music alive. You know, because, you know, you can't keep doing it and not pay back nothing. So I understand about downloading, kill the power, stealing it, or whatever you want to call it, but you have to give back to the bands as well, as not just take.
Well, thank you very much for talking to us, man, and enjoy the show tonight.
Thank you very much for being interested.